Welcome to Apprenticeships Matter and Apprenticeships for all Victorians. My name's Gary Brittle, I'm one of the vet advisors.
And my name's Daniel Greck, I'm also a vet advisor.
Today we're going to talk about a number of things. One of them will be, who are we? How our recruitment system works, what is an apprenticeship or a traineeship, and our current vacancies. Who are we? Apprenticeships Matter is a network provider. We're actually contracted by the Australian government and we're a non-for-profit organisation. And guess what? We're 100% free. We help by providing the following services. One of them is job matching, free recruitment, online jobs boards, and we assist with career pathways information. We also manage apprenticeships and traineeships, and we also assist in completing training contracts, allow us and ourselves with apprentices to keep in touch, process applications and claims forms for apprenticeships and incentive allowances, and we also mentor, provide support services to apprentices and trainees, and to employers, conduct visits and calls to ensure everything is going okay, and provide referral points if and when required. Daniel, over to you.
Thank you. And we're going to talk about now what is an apprenticeship or a traineeship. And it's essentially when you combine work and a qualification in order to get a meaningful outcome. All this is whilst earning an income. Who is eligible? When we talk about eligibility, we're looking for two main things, the guideline around who's eligible, but then the characteristics. So I'll quickly go through who you need to be in order to be eligible. So firstly, an Australian citizen or New Zealand passport holder who's been here for more than 6 months, or somebody who has a permanent residency. But more importantly, we're looking at the characteristics. So firstly, our employers ask for somebody with a great attitude. If we're going to be teaching you, or our employers are going to be teaching you, you need to bring your attitude on board. But after someone who's reliable and punctual, making sure you get to work every day on time, regardless of things like weather and traffic, and then a passion for the trade. One of the big things we're passionate about at Apprenticeships Matter is that it is a career. It's not just something you do for a year or two. It is a career. So passion for that trade is something our employers, through our recruitment and our vacancies, we're constantly looking for. I suppose the big reason why we're doing this presentation is all about our vacancies. So we're going to talk a little bit about how our recruitment works. Employers are constantly approaching us, as it's not their core business, in order to find them an apprenticeship. They've got a business to run, so they ring us and look for an apprentice, and job seekers right across the state come to us as well and ask, can we help? So that's what Apprenticeships Matter and Apprenticeships Matter recruitment is all about, where we combine employers and job seekers, organise interviews, trials, so that hopefully that there's a marriage made in heaven and it leads to a career for that individual. Our recruitment, which is where our vacancies are, is an easy online platform. It's a single-click application. Even I can work it out, guys. Yeah. It's a dedicated team of professionals, and that's the big key point. So once you upload your profile, we then get in touch, and the contact is then with real humans. It's nothing to do with robots, machineries, or algorithms. It's actually humans who will ring up, and professionals who will do our best to match you to the right position. An example of our jobs board is up right there. So the one that we've got up there is a barbering apprenticeship for a second year. So the vacancies aren't just first years or new people. It's also for those who are re-engaging. The best part is you can filter. So you can see, you can search by keywords. You can do occupational categories. So for example, you want to be in construction, but you're not sure which trade. It gives a list of all of our construction jobs. And then the regions. And so, for example, we want to stick to the north or the northwestern suburbs. You can go in the drop list via region, and it will filter those positions for you. There is no spam, so that's something for you. Once you've set up your profile, you can change it in order for you to suit your needs. The big thing, obviously, is the vacancies. So, guys, you want to just explain all the vacancies that we currently have available?
We've got some awesome vacancies available. We've got over 150. We have superb and great career prospects. They're across a wide range of industries or trades, and a lot of them are not just metro, they're in the regional areas. So some of them, for example, involve things like carpentry, and that involves working with wood, construction, erection of wall frames, installation and repair of structures and fixtures. There's a lot of pathways within that industry, housing, industrial, commercial sectors. Okay.
So you can also, on top of the carpentry one, it's a big growth industry right across the state. We're seeing projects, and it all starts essentially. Carpentry becomes the skeleton of those businesses.
Probably one of the biggest growth areas.
Absolutely. Automotive. I'll move on to automotive. One thing that always surprised me with auto is the variety of different trades that are available. I used to think auto was just fixing a car. We know that that's a range of different things. From hatchback cars to Mack trucks, things, recreational vehicles, there's boats, there's a whole range of things. And then within the car or the industry, there's also things like painting, electrical panel beating.
Yeah.
So
Well,
there is
what
a
about
variety.
electric cars as well?
Absolutely. So we're seeing the industry changes a lot. So industry change is something where mechanics or people in automotive are constantly keeping up to date, and because of that, we see state-of-the-art facilities. One of the other things too is that the old days of being, I think they used to call them grease monkeys, where you come home with dirty fingernails and all that, is a thing of the past. It's a very clean industry these days. If you go to a workshop, you'll actually be very, very surprised that the old perception is very much changing. Over to you, Gaz, and your specialty of hairdressing.
Yeah, this is my specialty, as you can see. Well, hairdressing's not just good for creating hairstyles. It actually makes people feel good. There's a lot of business elements involved, and it can be used across all industries. So there's loads of transferable, transportable skills. It's a high energy environment. It includes things like barbering and hair and beauty and nails, and it allows you to go on and get the pathway once you complete your qualification to own your own salon or business and become a business owner.
Yeah.
Let's go into engineering.
Yeah, absolutely. So engineering is another one where it's working with metal to create and repair different things, and obviously a lot of interesting tools. Some of the most fascinating business I've walked into are actually engineering ones. It's an industry very much in demand. So we talked about carpentry, starts at the skeleton, but engineering is very much similar. And with all the big projects across Victoria at the moment, it's an industry in demand. So therefore, there's lots of vacancies. The vacancies that we have in those areas are not just first year. It's a range of different years, so for people to re-engage. Mm-hmm. And there's a variety of different streams: boiler making, welding, fabrication. So again, all the vacancies are listed, and those vacancies will indicate what stream the specialising of that vacancy actually involves.
Yeah, cabinet making is another great one. I tend to call this sort of a soft trade because, let's say, a creative industry, because what it allows people to do is if they've got a flair for creativity, it sort of meets those needs. Eye for detail. It's a great one for females into trades. It allows us to manufacture cabinets for kitchens, bathrooms, new builds, and work for renovations. It also produces a lot of the people that we have in the industry. Our employers within these vacancies are high-end employers who produce high-end products. It allows you to work a lot indoors. You'll be asked on a number of occasions within the industries to go out and fit some of the cupboards or cabinets. And it also allows for passionate teams. A lot of the people that work within this industry are highly creative and very passionate about what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. And just going back to that one, guys, it's also good for under 18s because you typically go to a single destination as opposed to moving around and multiple things. I'll talk quickly about plumbing. That's one of the licensed trades, so it's always there's always demand and lots of vacancies for plumbing. Yep. It's a variety of different streams, which again similar to what we talked about engineering. It's roof plumbing, gas fitting, plumbing is both domestic and industrial. So it's one of those things. I think the big attraction for me is the problem solving element. Walking into every job is always going to be different. Finding that problem and then fixing that problem brings a good satisfaction level, I suppose. And then across Metro we have a variety of different roles, different vacancies, different employers, again, going back to domestic and industrial. So again, it's a great way for you to enter into a meaningful career that pays quite well in plumbing.
Yeah.
Over to you, guys.
Commercial cookery, that's another great occupation. It really, again, allows for that creation, that culinary masterpiece. It's an industry that can see you work not just in Australia but around the world, so it allows you to travel. It involves people being fast-paced, so it's a hugely fast-paced industry. We've got award-winning clients. Our vacancies are very predominant in that area. And also we've got the industry allows for a huge variety of cuisine. You name it, it's got it. So it's a great industry to be based in.
Yeah, and just I suppose the one that I'd love to choose if I had my time again was landscaping. I think one of the main reasons for that is that it's the outdoors. And a lot of time spent outdoors, clean, fresh air is always great. Different variety of different projects. Again, we have current vacancies for all different levels, so first to fourth year apprenticeships. And then I suppose the physical side of things, it keeps you nice and healthy, nice and fit. But our vacancies are a variety of different things. I know that we had one with Indigenous landscaping, which I thought was fascinating. So the range of different vacancies available.
Can I just say as well, things like pergolas, decks,
absolutely.
They're all included within landscaping.
Absolutely, yeah. So please head over to our electronic expo and we can stand and we can help you out. We'll obviously give you as much information as possible. head over to AMR where all our vacancies are, register and upload a resume so we can start helping you with the positions available today. Thank you so much. There's our information. It was lovely to speak to you. Cheers.